I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Tell me.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Hello. We are the Breakfast Club. Are you ever hungry at breakfast? Are you hungry but don't want to eat the same old cold milk and cereal? Omelets are a great way to have a fresh, hot breakfast that keeps you full while making your taste buds do the conga. Omelets can be tricky to make if you don't know how. Today, we will show you the supplies you need, how best to whisk your eggs, how and when to combine your ingredients, and how to deal with common issues while making the perfect omelet to start your morning right, or to make your stomach smile any time of day. Before we begin, let's keep in mind a few safety details. We'll be working in a kitchen, so make sure you use caution around knives and stoves or open flames. Also, the best way to keep you healthy while enjoying a great breakfast is by washing your hands. Make sure you scrub up by preparing the omelet and washing your hands before you eat your creation. Alright, let's go over what you'll need to be an omelet master. Firstly, you'll need an oven and at least one frying pan. The smaller the frying pan, the better. However, it should not be smaller than a large saucer, approximately 10 inches in diameter. You will also need a rubber spatula, a whisk, a measuring cup, a small mixing bowl, and a plate to place the completed omelet on. You may also want an omelet mitt, but it is certainly not necessary. For food, you will need a half dozen eggs, milk, butter, seasoning, and your stuffing. The stuffing can consist of some ham, bacon, or whatever you like, but for the purpose of this video, we will be using cheese. Alright, let's do it. To begin, gauge how big of an omelet you are attempting to make. A 3-egg omelet will create a decent sized omelet. A 4-egg omelet can easily feed 2 people if stuffed properly. First, take your mixing bowl, whisk, and eggs. First, crack the eggs into your mixing bowl. And don't worry if your yolks break. Begin to whisk the eggs. Hold the whisk as you would a drumstick, facing downwards into the bowl in a fluffing motion. While you're whisking, introduce a 1/4 cup of milk into your mixing bowl. You should attempt to create a thoroughly mixed solution without it becoming runny. The milk helps to fluff the eggs and create texture. Next, thoroughly butter your pan. After buttering your pan, you can now pour in your whisked eggs. You want to make sure to have your oven at roughly a little less than half power. Through the process, you want to manicure your omelet and ensure that it is cooking thoroughly. You also want to start creating the edge of your omelet by continuously going around the circumference of your omelet like this. By this point, your eggs should be beginning to cook. Make sure that the eggs cover the bottom of the pan, as this will be the bottom of your omelet. Allow the bottom of the eggs to cook without breaking the surface of the eggs until you can see the edges begin to cook into a light yellow color. Wait 2 to 3 minutes longer to create a solid base. It's almost time to flip your omelet. If you're comfortable in practice, you may flip the omelet hands-free. But for the purpose of this video, we will show you how to flip using a spatula. Flipping your omelet is the most crucial part of the omelet making process. It will dictate how good your omelet is, as the flip is the difference between an omelet and scrambled eggs. You will wind up making scrambled eggs several times before perfecting your technique. The proper time to flip your omelet is when you begin to notice the bottom of your omelet is solid and beginning to brown. But don't get fancy. The first time you flip your omelet, you should do so with your spatula. Take your spatula, place it under the edge of the omelet, flip it quickly in order to retain the integrity of the omelet. Now is the time to do your flip, but it's important to put your stuffing in. So we're going to put some cheese in here. Make sure to evenly coat your omelet. You don't want it too full in any parts, or else your omelet's going to look all deformed and ugly. Here we go. So you're just going to take the edge, you're just going to flip it right over. Really, it's more of a fold than a flip. And there we are. Make sure to get spatula under there, make sure it's not sticking anywhere. If you need any more oil or butter, you can do that. Now, it's the time for seasoning. You're now on the final step of the omelet making process. So after your omelet is flipped, and you have your omelet in front of you, all your stuffing's inside, you're going to want to season it a little bit. So I like to put a little bit of garlic pepper on mine. Just put it over the top, and you really can do this however you want, because it's all about preference. Then you're going to put a little bit of salt on there, just a pinch, not a lot. Little goes a long way. And then throughout this process, you're going to let your omelet keep cooking. You're going to make sure that it's not burning, but you're also going to want the middle to cook just a little bit. And we now have our completed product. You have just successfully made your omelet, although it may not look as beautiful as mine. You have done it, and you should be proud. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson plan.
Don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me.